Hello and welcome to the Liberal TV network. Today we are in the street trying to get a view of prominent young people, adults and others with regards to this current 5K issue that is circulating around the corner, and also the recent appointment that have been done by His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuman Bokai. And we'll also dive into this issue about female representation. It will cut across the government sector as well. So we are here with one of the prominent young person in the Republic of Liberia. Basically, I think he lives in Lockington. So, sir, can you kindly introduce yourself and probably tell us where do you reside?
Thank you very much. My name is Adama Clark. I live in Lockington, to be precise, electoral district number 15. And it is nice meeting you and giving me the opportunity to discuss on serious and critical national issues at this time. Thank you so much for such an opportunity.
Of recent, we observed immediately after the inauguration process, President Bokai firstly carried on the first 5-man delegation appointment. Thereafter, there was another batch of appointment wherein Madam Sarah B Yante was appointed as Minister for Foreign Affairs. But firstly, what do you make of the first 5 batch of appointment that was made immediately after the president inauguration?
My take on that is I must appreciate the president and for the first step, because he had almost 4,000 Liberians to be appointed, and now, as you said, he just appointed little over 10, and with the issue of that, all those nominees, they are all, as per my information, they are all Liberians, and they have the opportunity to work on the basis of their qualification, and because of that, in my view, they have the opportunity, and President Bokai has given them the opportunity to go and present themselves to the Liberian legislature, to be precise, the Senate, and based upon that, if they are qualified and vetted by the Senate, if they are qualified, I think they can take their position. And what we will want from them, what we as Liberians will want from them, is efficiency, because it was because of, according to them, the lack of efficiency, the Liberian people, they voted upon, they campaigned upon the lack of efficiency, and that the past government were not, they don't have qualified people, and they have all the expertise. So when given such an opportunity, we expect nothing less than an accident from them, and anything fall short of what we expect from them, and the world will hear us, and the world will hear our position when it comes to that.
What would you love to say about B Kamar, the designated minister who have been designated to head the Ministry of Foreign Mr. Finance? Many might say that during his regime as finance minister, despite he did well, but others are saying that his bosses like the Amara Kone and other people that he saved, these were people that normally have this budget short for, and many are saying that they are not really expecting much from him. What would you love to say about such?
And thank you again. And as far as the record is concerned, and Mr. Kamara, I think he left the finance ministry, and the person who took to the ministry was Minister Twe. But as the record is reporting that at the time Mr. Kamara served at the ministry, the growth of Liberia was at 2.5, a very low growth. So, and coming at this time where at least our growth, the growth of the country is around 5 points. I think coming back for us, we are not satisfied because he served at the ministry and left the ministry going down the drain economically. So to have him coming back and we wait and see what under the Bokai's government he will be a different Kamara. But for the record, and I feel that it's coming back to the ministry as a threat to that ministry, because he never left the ministry with any good group, and coming back to it at this time, and I just feel with in my mind that he will not do anything more than what and Samuel Square had done.
Well, what's your take on Madam Sarah Belsolow Yante? I think from all indication, people are saying that she is the well and most experienced, educated, most more connected individual. And today there is the issue about academic fraud. There is the issue about academic credential. There is the issue about she not being qualified. Probably she is competent, and her name has taken a stage in Liberian politics. What's your take about her?
And as per my understanding, Madam Nyanti served at the level of Madam Nyanti served at the level of the United Nations. But at first, the United Partisans presented her as being a person who served right next to the current United Nations Secretary General. But we went into a research. We found out that yes, indeed, she served at the UN, but she was never serving in the capacity that her party or her supporter portray or brought to the Liberia.
You know, I think from research, she was the immediate past assisting UN Secretary General, and from research as well, it says that she was the only Liberian who actually reached a CP. So what's the confusion or what's the conflict that you are having with the United Party partisan?
And I just told you, after they brought her and presented her to the Liberian people as an individual who served at the level of the United Nations, to be precise, as a deputy to Guterres. I just told you when we did our research, we got to know that Madam Sarah Belsolow Yante, her last post at the United Nations was a special assistant to Nepal, to the Republic of Nepal, on a mission. So to come and tell me that she served as a deputy to Guterres, no, there's no record to prove that she served as a deputy to Guterres, but rather she was sent on a mission. But that is not the case. When it comes to her diplomatic or international experience, yes, because we did our research, we found out that yes, indeed, she worked within the United Nations. So once she worked within the United Nations, we believe that she had the capacity to navigate her way at the level of the international, how they call it, within the international terrain. So for that, we have the strongest conviction that she will perform, because she already knows the terrain. But as per what they told us about her, no, I disagree with that, because the record has proven that she was not, and she never served in such position. So for that they lie. But for her participation in the international cycle, yes, indeed, she worked with the United Nations. So we must give her the credit for that and give her a try. Because serving as the finance minister, the foreign affairs minister, they have to do with the international community. So we believe she has a vast experience, the vast knowledge to navigate her way through.
All right, there is this information very alarming that the GMB government is not really focusing on female inclusion into his government. Many male have been appointed as compared to female. Would you love to provide your thoughts on such?
Well, and if you say a GMB has not appointed or is not focusing on female participation in his government, and for me at this point, I would say
people are saying that he is. I think he has appointed at most 4 persons now, but in female the number is less, and when you have men dominating up to like 10 to 11 persons, and then you just like having like 4 female or 3 female.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I say even for the ratio, you will not see in Liberian politics, you will not see the females are not much. So for President Bokai to take at least 30% of his appointment to female is a laudable thing.
So it is a tendency. Are you saying Liberia, when it comes to liberalization activity, it is a tendency that we always try to leave female behind and the male definitely lead? It is a policy?
No,
or?
No, it's not that we try to leave females behind. I just told you in female participation in Liberia, in Liberian body politics, you will not get as much female as the male. So
what's the cause? What's the cause for such?
The cause of it is most females do have interest in politics. They don't have interest. So when the politician going around, they take those females who have the interest and who are qualified to serve in the position. And I believe those 2-3 females that President Bokai have nominated to be compared to subject to confirmation. I believe he has the trust in them. I believe he know that they can perform well. So at this time, you will not be questioning him because it's almost like the universal rule say 30%. But now, if you look at it, within the nomination, it's 30%.
So there's an issue about the 5K saga, wherein it was disbursed among various districts and district leaders received set amount. And you being one of the hurricanes and also one of the district leaders in district number 15. Would you love to provide some synopsis? Would you love to tell the audience as to whether District 15 received her own portion and how actually the 5K was actually utilized?
And thank you very much. The 5K have two sides. One, before you argue within the 5K issue, you should first of all establish the source of the 5K. Because if you say President Bokai sent the 5K to district, who received the money? Was the source of the 5K that I mentioned of where the 5K came from? Whether it is President Bokai personal money, he decided to give it to his partisans, or this money is a government money sent by how do you call it, the transitional, whether it's part of the transitional budget. Because if it is part of the transitional budget, then it means they have no boundary. But if it is the money that was given from the pocket of President Bokai, apparently they have their own. They have their own and reason for giving the money. Whether he gave the money to his people and say, "Oh, we have won election," carry the money in your various district and have your own celebration at the partisan level.
People are saying it was provided to the district, not on partisan level. It was provided for the district in order for the district to utilize it, especially on the day of inauguration. Many people didn't actually have that privilege to have gone to Capitol building, so at least it was there. It was meant for them to get food, drinks, and others. And you being the district leader, so I don't know if you were fortunate to have access to such.
So again, even to give the money, the step by taking the money and giving it, they have a misstep in that. Because how can you go give a district money to politician? You go give the money to a district coordinator for Unity Party. And you know when you give that money to district coordinator for Unity Party, you expect a sedition to go to that to set occasion? It's not possible. Sedition will never go there. But if you are going to give the money to community leaders, then it means the money, the intent of the money is for the entire community. It's now party money. But you call your county chair, political county chair, and give it to them. Then later they took the money and gave it to a district coordinator, party district coordinator. Meaning that they step in giving the money for the money to be trickled down within the community. You already started missing the step. Even though I heard all in District 15, because I have some friends from the Unity Party who said they had some kind of program down to Taylor Mills compound on that day. But for me, I just felt
and you went there?
I didn't go there. I didn't go there. I just said that it was a unity party program because it was sort of politicians that were managing the money. But if the donor of this money was to, because even though the county leadership is out, but they still get local leadership that have nothing to do with politics. So if you brought the money and gave it to the community leadership within the county, the district, then you expect community people to go there. But if you ever give the money to the political leadership, then the money will be used politically. And that money was used politically and no result will be given to them. It's just how they call it, they will just create that sentiment. Oh, you will carry the people to this. You can't order politics.